All I know is that he left around the Homelander allegations going on at Blizzard.
Yeah, man. I thought your seatbelt was off. That's the entire reason. He thought my seatbelt was off. And I was like, I don't know why I said this, but I looked at him and I was like, it is now. But I mean, look, white privilege shit, at the very least, it doesn't go to waste. I'm John.
Alphonso.
I'm Darren.
Welcome to the Scat cast. We don't know either. Speaking of what shit we don't know, bruh, I fucking called it. So they're bringing back 6v6 to Overwatch.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
But like, the reason why because I actually read the the developer update, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they're saying there's a lot of like the game engine is very bad and not optimal. Basically, the original Overwatch 1 game could run 6v6 because basically they were rating. They said like,
isn't it the same engine?
I'll say it's the exact same
not.
Game.
It's actually worse because they got rid of one tank. And they added
but it's the same engine.
Made the game on
no, it's not the same engine.
Bro, it is the same file.
It is not the same engine.
It is the exact same program.
We could go band for band, bar for bar, code for code. It is not the same engine.
Overwatch 1 updated into Overwatch 2. It is the same file.
It's a worse engine.
But you can't. It's not. No,
it's the same game engine.
Yeah,
it's not. It's worse because it can't add another tank back. That's part of the reason why they're like experimenting. They can't just full send it because their engine cannot handle. Like they designed this engine.
An upgraded version of the original game's
how's
engine.
it an upgrade if it was designed to run for PvE, which they never added, and then 2, they said like if you read the actual things on why they say adding another tank is going to be hard, they're talking about shit like adding player outlines and all this other like high.
They already
features.
had that though.
They already had in the. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How they're saying it's harder to add if they already. That's what I'm saying. It's a worse engine.
Yeah, they're lying. That's not true. There's no way. They're listing stuff that's already in the game.
There's
it is the same game.
Somewhere in that either it's a worse engine and they're trying.
They
to
made the engine
face.
worse so they could add a store. That's crazy.
They added a store and PvE that they ended up scrapping.
And a battle pass.
Yeah, they literally. That's
crazy.
They made the engine worse.
It's the same story as Fallout 76.
Oh, it happened specifically there.
Same
that's the same engine.
But
Yeah.
worse. Bunch of features that weren't like originally intended for that game's engine, such as multiplayer, and then they implemented it in Fallout 76, and it kind of imploded on itself.
Yeah.
But
basically,
I guess they found a way to stabilize it now. But
I heard Fallout 76 is actually pretty good now.
yeah.
But yeah, take that
still.
as you will. Basically, same engine, but it's ass. If it can't run the same game that it did 8 years ago, now, no, it's.
Was it the actual devs that said that?
Yes, Aaron, whatever the fuck his name, Aaron Keller, the lead guy said, yeah, because of all these little gadgets and doohickeys, it's really hard for us to add this just back. But think about it this way: the fuck were they doing for 3 years when they made Overwatch 2 to where like this idea?
I don't think they spent 3 years making that game.
They did not.
They did because like the fact that there is no story mode to this day.
They canceled it flat out. So.
It was announced because of the Blitzchung drama.
Yeah.
Like they were definitely not planning for an initial sequel.
To this day, I will stand by that Overwatch 2 is one of the very few like legitimately evil games that exist.
Yeah.
Like I disagree. I disagree with that game's existence. Like personally, like I really do. It is an affront to my like being. Like they made that game as a response to protest for like Hong Kong against China shit. Like that is the only reason why that game exists. There is no reason why they did that.
It's just too convenient. And like the shit doesn't line up. They spent 3 years making the game, but it's just a store update.
Yeah.
And it's less fun.
Well, apparently it's objectively worse. They can't add features to the game anymore. Like, what the fuck is that?
I'm not working at Blizzard or Activision. All I'm saying is whoever's in the marketing team is probably like shitting their pants right now knowing, okay, we have to get this game. Because like the fact that they even are addressing it means there's enough people nagging for 6v6.
Yeah.
I'll say like that. There is enough like flack to where, okay, they had to like, okay, we'll at least let you try it again, you know? But the fact that they're saying this could take seasons, most seasons last for like 2 or 3 months. They said seasons. So I'm guessing half a year to a year before it's fully implemented back into the game.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm assuming.
That's ridiculous.
But like,
I mean, to be fair, they have to retune all of the tanks and heroes and how they interact with each other now.
They should just rebalance them back to exactly how they were.
You
in
know
Overwatch
what's crazy?
1. Revert everything.
Someone already made an Overwatch like
the Overwatch 1.0
patch.
update.
Exactly. You know how they have like the fucking what's it called? Game developer. You can make your own games, experimental, whatever.
Yeah.
The fuck. I'm blanking on the name.
The custom game mode.
Custom game.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Someone already did that. Now, apparently, there's some bias to their patch or whatever. That someone's. I haven't like played it myself, but I've watched people play it, and it looks pretty. I've seen like GM players play on this patch. It looks and feels
like Overwatch 1.
Yeah. So like, all they gotta do is just hit that guy, hop in his DMs, ask him what he did, because obviously
they can
it's been
see his
done.
custom game.
Exactly. Like, I mean,
It's already in the engine.
like,
they can do it. Yeah.
Like, it's possible to do, but
Yeah.
will they? I don't know.
I'm thinking like I think I stopped playing like right after Jeff Kaplan left.
Oh.
I think.
I stopped playing like a little bit before that.
Yeah. Like he left like right after Roll Queue, didn't he? I'm trying to remember.
He
As
left
soon as
right
I
before
booted up
the milk.
game and saw roll queue, that was like basically when I stopped playing Overwatch.
Yeah, me too.
All I know is that he left around the Homelander allegations going on at Blizzard.
Oh. Yeah. For those who don't remember, there's
Blizzard and Activision used to be run like a fucking frat house.
yeah, they would have like dudes go and drink their coworkers' breast milk out of the fucking fridges.
Which
and
is
shit.
such a like for one, I don't know why it's at the job, but two, why are you going out of your way to drink it?
Again, I think Overwatch 2 is one of the most
scientifically,
evil
breast milk
games of
is
all
very
time.
beneficial for your immunity.
Yeah, healthy for
nutrients, and
people.
protein.
Yeah, but why is my fucking
You know damn well that's not why they were drinking the breast milk. You know damn well that's not why they were drinking the breast milk.
getting little tongue dips?
Is it a fucking baby bottle still? Speaking of downgrades or upgrades, actually,
Oh,
the Tesla Cybertruck.
I've saw one of those.
depending on
before.
who you ask, they'll say it's a downgrade or an upgrade.
Yeah,
Hold on,
Okay.
I've seen 4 of them this week.
I
Really?
just
Yeah,
saw
this week I've
one.
seen
I saw it in Fortnite.
Oh yeah, it's in Rocket League now too.
Yeah, because the crossplay thing. Yeah,
Yes, I did see one of these on the road. It was fucking tan. I don't know. It was so.
I saw a matte black one today.
Mine was on 285, and it was like grayish tan, like a tan, and it was just so jarring when you look at all these like I want to say modern, but when you see all these like standardized cars driving on the road, you just see this
Like
fucking
normal looking cars, you mean?
Yeah,
It
you see the
literally-
fucking box.
it looks like you're playing a PS2 game and like it didn't
Polygon?
load in.
Yeah.
It looks like it didn't load
It's out
in.
of render distance.
Yeah. What do you think about like the actual design of it?
Even
and
for a
interesting.
futuristic design, it is very ugly. Like Hyundai has the new like electric car series that looks like a futuristic car, and it's fucking good. It's
Hold on.
really
I was
good on the eyes.
because to me the Cybertruck doesn't even look futuristic. Like when I think of futuristic, I think about some shit that like when you sit down in that car, it looks like a fucking airplane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I see the Cybertruck, like I look at it and it looks like some shit that a kid made in like workshop class. Like it doesn't look like a real car. You know, you can't roll the windows down.
So it's just a hot box.
So the reason why is because it's like bulletproof glass. You can't move that up and down. So like if you're going through a drive-through or something, you literally have to like go through and open the door. And
mean,
actually like so
okay.
you can't go through a drive-through like that.
If I lived in the hood, that is a good car for me. It's ugly and it's bulletproof.
I think if you live in the hood, you probably should not be driving a Tesla, period.
Fair. I would say like the box truck. At least it looks.
It looks like it's from a movie that takes place in like 2029. Like slightly futuristic.
Well, I'll say the box car. At least it looks alien. I'll say that. It doesn't look like it's standard. It looks. It has a unique look to it. I feel like they.
Like I
could
said, it
tweak
looks like something that like a kid drew. Like he got X1 AE3 or whatever the fuck to
is
draw a
so
car, and he was like, "Oh yeah, let's turn that into a real thing." Good job, son. Would you ever get a motorcycle?
I would.
I mean, like probably not right now.
Well, I mean, just in general, like, would you plan on getting one in the future?
I mean,
I would
I think it'd be cool to have one, but realistically, no. Just because like I like my car a lot right now. That's it. I definitely see I see the appeal in motorcycles.
I like cutting traffic.
I don't know if something in my life went wrong and I lost my car, I could very much see myself getting a motorcycle
Yeah,
because like they're super fuel efficient,
Cheaper.
Fuel's cheap. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I only really drive by myself anyway.
Yeah,
so-
one passenger. I could wear a jacket if it's raining. I'll be fine. Like I'm not gonna strip too much
Yeah.
about that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to ride a bike. I can't bring myself to learn to drive a motorcycle.
Go to like yeah, that's like you can't go to level 10 if you haven't got to level
Yeah.
1, bro. That's fair.
Like I a part of me really wants to get a motorcycle, but a part of me also knows I'm super fucking accident prone.
Yeah.
Like I know for a fact I would crash that shit. And I do not want to
there's
deal
no
with that.
respawn button with that shit, but
No.
that's a one and done deal.
I've had like so I don't remember my dreams often, but some of the few dreams I've had that are very vivid have been me crashing a motorcycle.
Jesus Christ.
You should not get a motorcycle.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Well, Some of my dreams like predict the future and shit later too. That's a whole other thing.
Well, yeah, but some dreams do that because you think about everything.
But I've had very vivid dreams where it's like me driving a motorcycle or honestly cars and shit. Sometimes I get scared to drive a car. Like I don't know what it is. Like sometimes I get like fucking panic attacks when I'm driving and I have to like pull over.
Out.
Yeah, I literally have to like pull over and just chill somewhere.
What is a panic attack? I don't think I've ever had one before. Like, what do you feel? I mean, besides panic, of course, but like, is it like do you just lose all sense of rationale? Like, I'm gonna fucking crash. I'm gonna fucking crash. I'm gonna fucking crash. Let me get off the road. Like, type shit.
It's like you'll be sitting there like doing something, and all of a sudden you're just like convinced that something's about to go wrong.
And like, there's no logic to it. It's
There's no logic. Like, there's like a split second where you're just like something is wrong, and even if you're not actually telling yourself that, your body is telling you that.
Okay, you're physically feeling it.
Yeah, so like your heart rate goes up. You start fucking like something triggers your fight or flight response. You don't know what it is. That's probably like the best way I can describe it for me personally.
Okay.
And I'm sure with other people it's different, but like for me, it's how it's always happened. It's only happened like twice while I've been driving, but it sticks with me, I guess, with things like that. Like I had a dream one time. I was on a cruise, and in the dream, I was driving a car, right?
On the cruise?
No. Yeah. So this was the last day of our cruise. The next day I was supposed to drive us home from the cruise. Right? So the night before, I slept, and in the dream, like I was driving a car, and then I hit like the median on a highway or something. I go flying out like through the windshield of my car, and I vividly remember like the feeling of like my skull crashing through the glass. Like I could feel it.
Oh.
And then so my skull crashed through the glass and I felt myself fly like across the fucking highway and my body like wrap around a tree. And then the rest of the dream was just me like slowly dying out. And then when I finally died, that's when I woke up. And that shit freaked me the fuck out. Like I woke up and I was like, I'm not driving. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Hell no. Like,
yeah.
Because I was like 15 at this point, or 16, like however old to get your license, 16 probably.
16, yeah.
And I was like, dude, I am not driving. Like,
no, yeah.
And that's how I feel with motorcycles and shit. Like with cars, at the very least, there's some kind of protection there. You have a seatbelt, you have walls around you, window, like whatever the fuck. But at least you have 4 wheels on the ground too. With a motorcycle, like even if you're not crashing, if you for some stupid reason lose balance and fall over, you're just gonna skid on the fucking concrete.
Yeah.
Like
I've seen videos of I've seen a lot of videos of motorcycle crashes.
Yeah.
Or like really close calls, I mean. Mm-hmm. Like I saw one of like some fucking dumbass who braked in the middle of an intersection. And they were supposed to yield, right? And then this dude's on his bike and he's about to like basically T-bone them, but he's on the bicycle, so he's gonna get fucked up. So he has to like this was like pure instinct. He like swerves and he like does this like fucking action movie shit where he like slides underneath the car. He had a leather jacket and jeans on, so he like slides on the pavement like underneath the car, and his bike slides underneath the car, and it doesn't look like there was much damage to like the actual car, but then like he almost fucking died.
Yeah,
you know, like if he did not play his cards correctly in that those split seconds, like he would have been wrapped around a fucking tree.
Yeah. So he sat there and fucking Akira slided.
Yes.
And fucking saved his life.
And then like the woman gets out of the car and is like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" He's like, "Don't touch me. Don't talk to me." He's like just fucking like freaking out.
No, I'd be so pissed at this business. Bitch, you almost killed me.
He has the dash cam on his helmet, and you could just see him like put his hands on his helmet and just like let's say there was a 6% survival rate. You made it at 6. Like you were in shock. Like,
yeah.
That is shock.
Dude, I'm about to buy a fucking lottery ticket after that shit.
Yeah.
There are
you
certain...
would have used up all your luck. So.
Yeah, that's true. There are certain times in your life where you like come face to face with shit like that, and I don't know, it freaks
death?
you.
Yeah,
it freaks you the fuck out. Like obviously,
it
like
does.
I don't. There's like no other sense of like life, I guess, in the same way as like you have in that moment.
It was weird. I don't know about you guys, but like apparently Abraham Lincoln was such an asshole to be around during like I'm getting back into like death, but like. Basically, during this war, he would just, like, crack jokes and shit. People got tired of him. He basically had, like, a main character moment. He's like, oh, what a terrible day for rain. It's like, dude, this is fucking dead bodies after rain. And some shit like that. So I was working and cleaning this one house, right? Mm-hmm. And he has a really narrow, like, stairway. So to put this in perspective, think of it as, like, a studio apartment, but it was 2 floors. Mm. The staircase has about 6 inches of width. From the top of the stair to the back of the wall. Maybe 6 to a foot. Let's just say a foot for spatial reasons. basically me and my other coworker were trying to cross this foot wide gap so that she could get into one room so I could clean the other room. And so I am standing closer to the stairway. She's standing closer to the wall. So as I'm passing her, I'm just walking casually, just sideways, shuffling. Half of my foot is off his stairway, and his stairway is 14 steps down on solid wood. Dude, the way I grabbed myself and pulled myself up back off, I was like, I could have just snapped my neck. Cause I looked down, like the way I would have fell, I would have fell neck first.
Yeah.
And I was just like, in my head, I was just like, I was like giggling uncontrollably because I was just like, oh my God. Like I was so like active after that because like it was such like you ever just like miss a
It's
step?
adrenaline.
It's
Yeah, it's
adrenaline. You ever
adrenaline.
just like miss a step before in a stair and then like
you feel your heart skip.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
just like, oh shit, I almost died.
Yeah.
It was like that, but I was like, oh no, I actually straight up just almost fucking killed myself.
I don't think I told y'all, but I fell through a ceiling the other day.
How the fuck do you fall through a
Well,
ceiling?
I didn't fall through. I stepped through.
Does he even what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like some Kool-Aid man shit?
Yeah.
It's like a SpongeBob episode where you see his like foot tear through the ceiling like paper.
Yeah.
Like
That's exactly what it was. You know the fucking video of like the dude falling down and he's like, "Oh hey Bill, how's it going?" Like the fucking gas
I was
station.
thinking about that.
So that it was basically I didn't actually fall through, but my foot fell through. I looked down and I was like, "Hey, are you okay down there?" I've heard stories of people like falling through
Straight
attics and shit.
through?
Yeah, it happens very very often.
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, in that instance, like I was at that house for like a day and a half.
Oh, was it that the one we had to go back?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was at this house for like a day and a half, and like the entire first day, like I guess I was used to walking on these rafters and stuff at this house. So the second day I wasn't thinking about it, and I guess my foot just slipped because it's really thin. But I think I get very like, I don't know, even though I have those moments where like I come face to face with shit like that, I come and I'm like, I don't know. I just keep doing the same shit after. Not
This motherfucker.
like I don't necessarily like play stuff safer. I'm just like more conscious about what I'm doing when I do it, if that makes sense. Like I don't like I won't drive slower. I'll just pay more attention while I'm driving. Does that make sense?
that makes sense, but you see why there's a lot of like.
No, yeah, I know. I know. Well, trust me, I know. But like with that, like being an addict and stuff like that, like I don't know. Like I'm always like climbing around shit like a monkey. So like because of that, like there's just been plenty of times where like I lose my grip, I like fall backwards, and I have to like grab something else really quick and like stuff like that.
Just grab like a power line or something. Just,
Yeah, or like the time I spun out on the highway. And shit
yeah,
like that.
remember that? The Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, I guess I'll tell that story.
Actually, can you explain how the customer reacted when you just busted a foot-sized hole in the roof?
they're cool with it.
It's like, oh,
Yeah, anytime we damage something, we pay for it. So it doesn't really. Usually, people don't care.
okay. They're just like, oh, well.
Yeah, I mean, I cleaned it up and everything, so you know,
Just like got a little John-shaped hole in my roof now.
John Foot. Yeah,
John foot.
yeah. So it's pretty big. Yeah. So I guess I'll tell like the spinning out story real quick. My parents listen to this podcast, and I don't think they've ever heard this, so I'll tell
This
it.
is back in high school with the man van.
Yeah,
The man machine.
back at the man mobile. Yeah. So at this point, we were hanging out with two of our friends, and we were in Duluth. I think we got
It was Duluth.
I think we got Korean barbecue over in Duluth.
Yes. It was Iron
Um,
Age.
And then we're gonna drive back towards Lawrenceville, and you know we drove on the highway to go back there, and I was talking with our friend. I'm not gonna say which friend, just because I don't want to give a
Yeah.
So jokingly, we were like, "Oh, let's race" or whatever the fuck. I say jokingly, but we actually raced.
Yeah,
So,
it was a
we
joke. That
actually
shit was
raced.
for real, for real.
Yeah, so we actually raced on one of the roads over there, and it had just rained. So I was driving down it, and there was this turn, like there's a pretty wide turn
Yeah.
over at this point.
Yeah.
There's like the trees over here, so you can't really see like around the bend. I was driving, and what ended up happening was, I guess it was a little bit slick. I started, my wheels went a little bit further than I thought, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna like readjust it. I readjusted too much, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta readjust again. Readjusted again, and at that point, my car fucking did like a 180. Yeah, I did a 180. That's what it did. So my car, I was facing this way, then all of a sudden I was facing the completely opposite direction, the other way on a fucking highway. It's a highway, and This road had one of those like grass medians on it. There wasn't like the stone median there, and I landed like on the grass median. So if this had the stone median, like concrete, I probably would have died. Like I literally probably would have died.
Jeez.
If that stone median was there, if there were any other cars on the road, because luckily it was just us two, I probably would have died. Like there's so many things there that could have went wrong. And needless to say, I don't race anymore after that. But
Yeah, that's a dangerous road.
yeah, I don't know what it is about that road. I think because it's only a 2-lane highway.
It tricks you into thinking you can drive fast on it, but it's got so many bends and turns you can't.
Yeah, like the speed limit there is only
Especially when it's raining.
the speed limit there is only like 40, but
40.
everyone there always goes at least 60.
Yeah, but there's a reason why it's 40.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. I remember like they said they were driving, and in the rearview mirror they saw like the fucking lights turn sideways, and they're like, "Oh shit!" They started freaking out and like turned around. They started calling me, and I answered the phone. I was like, "Yo, that was sick!" Like, I was like, "Yo, I almost died."
My friend actually did spin out on that road, also because he was racing, I think. But he actually did end up hitting the steel or the metal median.
Yeah,
And then he broke through it, and he ended up in the other lane where another car hit him. And I think both of them. Actually, no, the other family, I think God made it to the hospital, but I think he was found dead at the scene. So on a way light, drive safe.
It's so sad. Yeah, please drive safe. Do not race. Be careful.
Yeah, just one life. Play it smart. Cars are super dangerous. Physics does not work in our favor at all. We're very vulnerable beings. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it rained and stuff. Do not go like 60 to 40 or anything.
Drive smart. With that being said, every single accident I've been in has never involved another car. It's literally me being a dumbass at 2 a.m. in the morning and driving.
I can attest to that because the only time I've ever gotten into a car accident to this day that was like, I fucked up my car with some ice cream.
Yeah.
I used to work at this pizza place and we got some ice. Don't laugh at me, John.
I'm laughing. No, I'm laughing because of something else. Go ahead.
But basically, I made some ice cream to go home. And I didn't have we just ran out of lids. It was one of those places, like you run out of supplies and shit. So it was just like it was a pretty big thing of ice cream sitting in my passenger seat without a lid, in just like a big ass like salad bowl.
The ice cream.
And so like I was driving in a parking lot at night, so like I felt safe and comfortable, but like I was picking up speed and I noticed that the ice cream was about to like fall all over my seat. And so obviously I'm like, I don't want to fuck up my car. So I reached over to grab it, not realizing I didn't put my foot on the brake. I looked up and I crashed into the metal median in the parking lot. And the ice cream spilled all over my car.
Damn.
So you didn't want to spill the ice cream. You didn't want to mess up your car. You spilled the ice cream and messed up your car.
Yes, I did. I miraculously did both without even trying.
I was giggling because I remembered the time that we went to Cookout and you hit Luke's car.
Oh yeah, that was another one.
So you have been in an accident involving another car.
Well,
Yes.
It wasn't like an accident. That was like a bump. But like,
Dude, we went to Cookout at like 12 o'clock. We saw a movie this night. Do you remember what movie it was?
Was it Morbius?
No, it was not Morbius. Luke wasn't there for that. We went and saw a movie at like 12 o'clock this night. We went to Cookout right after. And you're in a hurry to leave for some reason.
Yes.
You literally... You had the rental car, didn't you?
It was because I totaled my other car recently. And so I got a rental. That was the first day of the rental. That shit was in December because I just watched the new episode of The Witcher Season 2 that came out in December. So yes, I remember that. And like it was rainy.
You got a rental that day and then hit someone.
I'm a dumbass, but like at least I don't get in crashes.
Dude, I was driving home and Luke calls me. He's like, "Bro, what the fuck? Alphonso just fucking hit my car and drove off." He didn't even like stay. He just fucking drove off. And then I called you about it and you were like, "Wait, what? What do you mean?" And then the next day you're like, "Oh yeah, no, I totally knew I hit that car." I was like, "What the why'd you act like you did it?"
Shit. Oh my god. I'd be pissed.
In full context, That was a fight or flight moment. I was like 17. I freaked the fuck out. I was on so much copium that day, dude. Like I totaled a car, I got a rental car, and I just hit a car, all within 24 hours. I was freaking the fuck
That's
out.
not Luke's fault.
You're like punishing him for no
I'd
reason.
be fucking pissed if I was him.
But in my defense, it was a love
There is
tap.
no in your defense.
In my defense, it was a love tap. It was
He did offer to pay for it. And
I-
everything,
no,
I mean,
Straight
yeah,
up,
after
yeah.
the fact.
Yeah.
After
No,
you brought it up, you were like, yeah, I totally hit that car.
No, like immediately once that shit happened, I called him because I did that and then I took off and then I was like, as soon as I was driving, I was like, you're a pussy. And then I called him, I was like, yo, dude, I'm sorry. What the fuck? You need something? I got you. Because like little like the fight or flight shit, like the little cricket almost was like, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, for real? I was like, nah, this ain't me. So at least look, I'll stand on business. I might run away out of fear, but give me like a couple of seconds to like recalibrate, and then we'll talk.
He said if you give him enough time, maybe he'll do the right thing.
I feel like that's probably fair for most people. You give them infinite time, they won't do the right thing. At least you give me a second chance. A second chance is all a motherfucker really needs.
Redemption.
Very
Okay.
simple.
All right.
Like, just
Making
give me-
amends. Okay.
Yes, I believe in that. I do believe in righting wrongs and shit like that.
I've absolutely hit a lot of cars in my day.
I don't know, man. Some of the shit like you've done and got away with, I can only account to white privilege, and I don't even say that shit lightly. I'm like, there's no way in hell I could have done some of these things and be a free man.
I am very appreciative of that. By
It
the
was
way.
like my second week driving, and I was pulling out of our driveway. I accidentally like scraped the side, like the little back bumper of our renter's car, and then like my dad was like, "Oh, that's nothing. I'll buff it out." And then there was another time where like this fucking asshole like okay, so there's a car, and then there's another car behind them, and then there's me.
Yeah.
This dude in the front braked real hard. So the dude in front of me braked real hard. So I braked real hard, but I was the fucking unlucky one, and I like slid forward a bit and like tapped the car's back bumper. And then we both got out of the car and we were like, "Yeah, that's nothing. I mean, here's my insurance, but yeah, that's nothing. It's whatever." But I do have damage on my car. I have damage on like the left and right side. So the right side was from my freshman year of college, where I was driving home like to my parents' house at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and it was raining, and I was just like super eager to get home because I wanted to sleep.
Yeah.
And I like driving that late because there's no cars on the interstate. Anyway, so I was like going too fast when like taking this exit off of 285, and then my car spun out kind of like yours did, but it like scraped the side of the
Barrier?
the barrier. And honestly, I was surprised it didn't leave more damage.
Yeah.
Like my car came out of that like pretty well. And then the second time, it was also at 2 a.m. in the morning on the highway.
Jesus Christ.
And this was because they closed down like 3 lanes.
Yeah.
And then it was like it felt very abrupt. Like they just had like a
Turn now.
They had like a diagonal line of those construction cylinders.
Yeah.
Right, like closing off the 3 lanes. And then I'm going super fast, and I'm looking at this car to my right, and I can't merge right because he's there. And if I merge, I hit him. I'm just like, fuck it. I guess I just gotta like slam on my brakes and brakes and tank it. So that I did. And then the fucking these construction cylinders are no joke. It took off my mirror.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
and it fucked up the left side of my car more than the right side did when I hit the barrier.
Holy shit.
These cones do not fuck
Tanky
around.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've hit parked cars, so
That
I
is
don't know.
that.
I
is
never hit a
different-
parked car besides my renter's car. But even then, it was like a little tap.
I vividly remember a time we went to go see a movie, and I was gonna go park, and when I was trying to park, I hit a car, and I just went inside to watch the movie, and then like I was like, damn, I really need to like leave my number there or something. Like I feel bad.
Was
it
this
like-
at like?
Was there like there was damage left behind?
Was that the
it was
mall?
like a scratch, yeah.
Was it at the mall?
Yeah, this is at Sugarloaf Mills. The
I
mall
think I
over
was
there.
there.
You were there.
I was. Yeah, that was okay. That's.
Yeah,
I
you were
remember that one.
Yeah, and I remember like I went to the guard and like tried getting him to help me out with it and everything, and he was like, I don't know, dude. Like you're fine. I was like, okay,
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
You tried to do the right thing.
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
a good
I went
idea.
over there and I tried to do the right thing, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That, and I had another situation similar to your like braking story, but that was entirely my fault. Instead, it was the opposite. I rear-ended someone, and then they rear-ended the person in front of them.
Yeah, I remember that. That was the one where I was like, how the fuck did you get away with that?
Yeah, the lady in the middle was pregnant. The dude in the front, who also got rear-ended, he was going on vacation, and his trunk was ruined. He couldn't open up the door, so he couldn't actually take out his luggage and go on a trip. So I completely ruined 2 people's days that day, fucked up 2 of their cars, and I didn't even get a ticket.
He got a Scott. That's what I'm, bro.
But I mean, your insurance like didn't like that.
I didn't have driver's insurance before then. I had car insurance. I just did not have driver's insurance. So my insurance went up to $600 a month.
So who paid for the damage?
The insurance. They did.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
They said I had car insurance and not driver's insurance.
Okay.
It's not a ticket or no legal
Yeah.
repercussions.
Yeah.
Dude, there's no way in hell I'm
I
getting
mean, like,
off
were
of-
you reckless driving?
Yes.
That was
I
reckless.
it happened because I checked my phone.
Oh.
Yeah. No,
Exactly.
it was entirely my fault. Like 100%.
That's 10 points right
But
there.
it wasn't just because like you just braked all of a sudden, you know.
So what?
Or I mean, like, no, you were the one who hit that. So
I guess if we're already talking about road names and shit, do you remember It's not Five Forks. It's a Webgen.
Yeah.
Right past the shops. There's that giant hill and there's kind of
Yeah.
like a curve right there.
Yeah.
So right at that curve, I was trying to like change a song on my phone, and I looked up, and then like as I was going, like I saw like all the cars were stopped right there.
yeah.
So yeah, I was like, as we're turning, that's when I happened to check, and there's like a blind spot right there for like a split second.
Yeah.
And that split second is where I checked. I was like, fuck. But yeah, like since then I don't do that anymore either. Like the wastefully fucking just checking my phone in the middle of driving.
road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've learned a lot of lessons from driving and shit.
I watch
I'll say
YouTube on
that.
the highway.
I listen to YouTube. I don't watch it, but
I have a little phone holder. I just watch it. while I'm
I'm not gonna lie, I've done that in traffic in Atlanta.
Yeah, if I'm in traffic and I'm just
Yeah.
sitting there for like 10 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I'm put on YouTube.
yeah. So usually I just listen to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, I mean, white privilege shit. I mean, at the very least, it doesn't go to waste. It
I mean,
gets
I play,
used.
I play
you know
games.
what I'm saying?
I play games while I watch. I watch YouTube while I play games. I feel like that helps. Like multitask.
Oh, no, that's
yeah,
fair,
I like
yeah.
glance at the phone, glance at the road, glance at the phone, glance at the road, kind of thing. You know.
I don't know. Like,
What is? Do you have like a good? Just because I'm really fucking curious. Do you have just like a time you're like, this is definitely white privilege, and I'm definitely using.
oh, that was
this.
100%.
That
was probably like the most clear example of
Did you
that
tell the
time.
cop you were on your phone?
Yes.
That is. There's no way I'm walking out.
No,
of that.
I didn't lie to him.
Darren,
I was
you're
like,
gonna see my ass on a mugshot. Hit a pregnant woman, and this man couldn't go on
I was
vacation.
like, yeah, no, for sure.
Local man only almost kills pregnant women. That's
Exactly.
terrifying.
Local lunatic.
She was okay. Like she was all right after. She was just like very shooken up, like understandably and
Yeah.
everything.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, like I felt that was a really bad situation. That was terrible. Luckily no one was hurt or anything. So
yeah.
all good,
That was the best outcome.
Bro couldn't get his luggage.
You didn't even get like a little 1 star above you on your fucking dash, bro. You didn't get shit.
I just walked over, like the cop came over and I was like, hey man, like
Hey man.
I'll be honest. Sorry, I was on my phone.
I was a little.
that's what I said.
creepy.
I was like, yeah, I was on my phone.
Oh shit, so was I. You good?
Did I tell you I got pulled over the other day?
No.
Recently?
In your work truck?
No, my personal car. I dropped off Kiara in Atlanta and everything, and I was driving back from Atlanta and everything, and I got randomly pulled over by a cop.
Random. It was like random.
I was just driving, like so I don't have a holder for my phone. So my phone was on and on the side. I wasn't holding it or anything. I wasn't using my phone. It was just there, except for my GPS to me and like sitting in the seat or whatever the fuck. So I was worried that's why he was pulling me over. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? So then fucking he came over and he was like, yeah man, I thought your seatbelt was off. That was the entire reason. He thought my seatbelt was off. And I was like, I don't know why I said this, but I looked at him and I was like, it is now. I was like, I don't know what to say to that. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know what. Like, I was like, okay. Like, my seatbelt wasn't even off. I don't even know why I worded it like that. But I was like, yeah, I mean, it's on. I think that's what I said. I didn't say it's on now. I was like, it's on. And he was like, yeah, but I don't think it was on before.
How can you prove that?
Yeah, and I was like, I think I was just like, okay. And he's like, yeah, I can see your ID. He's like, okay, you're good to go. What's the fucking point? Why are you gonna pull me over for that? I don't know.
I care about your safety.
He could have just said like, you know, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Have a good day.
Yeah, he didn't even say it like that. He was just like, okay, bye. I was like, what the fuck?
My first time ever getting pulled over, it was also my freshman year, but it was like really dumb because like I was driving to the store to pick something up, I think. Yeah. And then I lived on campus at the time, and the campus was like pretty well lit up, so I didn't notice my headlights were off until I got off of campus. But then like the moment I got off of campus, this cop was following me while I was on campus. And then the moment I got off campus, he pulled me over. And then I'm like, okay, hazard lights, pull over, and I'm just sitting there like, what's up? And then he's like, do you know why I pulled you over? I'm like,
No.
not really, no. He's like, oh, your lights are off, and I'm like, oh, and I turn them on. Thank you. He goes, yeah, can I see your ID? I'm like, sure. And he like goes to his car and he goes back like, I'm gonna let you off with a warning. You have nothing on your record, blah 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 blah. It's just a light kind of thing. Just make sure you have it on next time. I'm like, yeah, sorry, I didn't notice because the road's already lit up.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, it's okay, have a good night. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I don't know. He was clearly trying to meet a quota or something, but I would have definitely noticed like the moment I was off campus, like, oh, my lights aren't on, so I turn them on.
Yeah.
I just didn't know because the road was lit up.
Yeah.
It's weird that with something like that they would even give you a ticket because it's very clear that you just like forgot.
Yeah.
As long as they just like stop you and just
I don't
let
even
you
know if they can, unless you were driving like a significant distance without your lights on.
Probably they can, but that'd be very stupid. But they assume they can because technically you're in the
I mean,
dark.
there's a good reason to remind someone to turn their lights on, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Even with the seatbelt thing, I could see a reason, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's always about the approach, and their approach is always just so.
I mean, he was really nice about it. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
that's
I don't know. But yeah, it clearly just took my ID to like meet a quota or something. But
Yeah, because you don't need your ID. You're not being detained. They're not. I mean, besides, you're not even supposed to hand over your ID unless you're being searched for something. That's why. I mean, I have to double
they probably
check.
just wanted to see if I had anything on me. But I mean, no, my file's clear, so it's whatever. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Is that true? Are you not supposed to give your ID?
Unless you're being searched for something, you're not. You don't have to. Now, if you
can
can
refuse
comply,
to.
yeah, you can refuse, and they can't do shit about it. The only time they can force you to hand your any type of identification is if they think you're drunk or driving on the influence. That's when because just think in most states, when you get a license, you basically sign over saying, hey, if you think I'm drunk, you have every right to search me and like violate that right of like asking for it because
That's probable cause.
yeah,
Yeah.
probable cause. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is. But no, yeah, unless because I've had my you've seen my wallet gotten searched before. This one time a security system went off at a customer's house and he asked my ID. Now I didn't have to give it to him, but I was like, look, bro, I'm clocked in. You're clocked in. Let's just make this easy for both of us,
Yeah.
okay? But like, no, you're not. You don't have to.
I think if a cop asks you to identify yourself, you have to though. Like give them like a name and date of birth, so at least they can look it up in a database.
Yeah, something like that.
That
But
makes
for
sense.
Your
You don't have to,
ID,
like,
like your
hand them
license,
ID.
no, you don't have to. But it's, I mean, they're gonna run it. They're gonna background check you. It's just like they're doing their job and they're doing a little bit of extra. It's like as long as you're clear, you're good. But if you like want to play the I know my rights game, you're within your rights to refuse that.
I don't know. I just like hater energy sometimes.
I need to tap in more to my hater because I've been way too much of a
Kendrick shit?
passive.
Yeah.
I need to be the biggest hater because I've been way too nice with these niggas, bro. I've been way too nice, way too passive, way too just like lax. I've been too fucking lackadaisical. I need to be daisical, bro. I need to be on my shit right now. But, that's a topic for another day. The people, the niggas in question, you know who you are. But that's
You got ops? That's crazy.
I don't have ops, but like I have ops because I told you I'm so lackadaisical. I just let shit go. But like, there's a list. There's a list.
You have a list. That's crazy.
I have a list, but like I'm checking it twice. But I don't know if I need to do something about it. But I don't know if I'm going to do something about it. I'll say it like that.
I don't know. I don't have anyone that I hate enough to.
I'm not gonna kill
make a
anybody,
list,
but like,
you know?
there's definitely people I have choice words for.
I don't know. Like I feel like I need a rival. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like I think not having a rival, you're missing something in life.
Well, okay, like we talked about earlier in the previous episode,
disagree.
competition does breed.
It does.
It does.
A
breed
rival makes you
improvement.
stronger. It makes you
does.
better in your field.
In
Goku.
that sense.
That's what I'm saying.
In
No,
a sense, yeah.
A
No,
rival.
I'm just saying, me personally, I'm like the make no enemies type of person. Because like every
Well,
single
a
person,
rival is not an enemy. A rival is a peer who you like.
Someone who's matched at your skill level, so you always want to overtake them.
Exactly.
And then at that
Yeah,
point,
yeah,
they
that's fine.
overtake
Yeah.
them, so
Yeah,
you kind
that's
of
fine.
you grow
but
together.
that's not hater energy.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah.
not. It's just like I'm just thinking in general. Like I think a rival, maybe not a villain. I think a villain would be cool. I would appreciate a villain. I think that'd be interesting.
Someone just fucking takes all the cuts of fucking
Yeah,
break
but like, you're a
wires.
villain, not because like you're being a dick. You're just like, I don't know. They're like somebody you just hate so much, and like it's because they wronged you, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Even if they're not inherently a bad person, but in my eyes they're a villain. You know what I mean?
Okay.
like, they wrounged you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's, yeah.
The guy
Yeah,
who
so
forgot your fries.
Either
at
that or a
McDonald's.
rival. A rival's good too. I need something that's gonna breed like growth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can understand that.
Another person who's gonna like
Push your limits.
push my limits just through sheer like I have to be better than you. Like I am going to be better than you.
Out of
you know what
pure
I'm saying?
spite, you have succeeded.
Yeah. Like I need a Vegeta. That's what I need. I need a Vegeta. I need a Piccolo.
Vegeta.
I need one of those in my life. That's what I'm looking for. Like you said, I'm too nice to people. I've got too many people out there who don't.
They coddle you. They make you weak.
Exactly.
You need to be drenched in the flames of adversity.
They don't breed
That's
change.
crazy. I got like the exact opposite character arc.
Yeah.
Because like I used to get so mad at like certain patients at work and everything, and I would like get angry and like yell at them, kind of thing. Like, like almost got fired over that like fucking ID thing.
Yeah.
Showing me the ID.
That's crazy.
Like, yeah, I know. But anyway, I didn't almost get fired because of it. It was just like I got a very stern talking to from my boss, because of how I handled it, not because I was doing anything wrong. I mean, I was doing something wrong, but anyway, I had the exact like opposite like change, like starting like near the beginning of this year, where like I just like made amends with every single person I pissed off at work. Because like, I see these people every month, like they're my patients.
Okay.
Yeah, I've somehow just like made amends with every single person.
Even the one lady who said like "fuck you, Darren."
Oh no, that lady who like is it the lady that
The feelings mutual lady. That's all I remember.
Oh yeah, I made amends with her.
Oh,
That's good.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like say I'm sorry or anything, but I was just very kind. And then I offered to vaccinate her. And then she was like very more open to me ever since.
Okay.
So wait, Darren. So let's say one day you're at the pharmacy, right?
Yeah.
Your boss comes up to you and they said, "Hey, Darren, we hired someone new. His name's Darbin, right? He's this other Filipino kid. You're gonna love him. He's a Filipino kid. He goes to the gym every once in a while. He's got some, nice hair and everything. He's sitting there and he's like,
Dude, if he had nice hair, it's fucking like that's my rival.
It's on
That would be
site.
my rival.
he's sitting there and he does everything you do just slightly better.
Okay, yeah, that's a rival.
Everything you do is just slightly better. Like he gets fucking like good reviews like every single day. Like he's fucking sitting there. He always gets one more vaccination than you every single week and shit. Like everything like that.
Like
And
his
then-
medical knowledge is
Okay,
slightly more
that would
like.
piss me off.
And
why,
then
why are you here? like, why are you here?
every once in a while he just hits you with a fun fact
I
about
know
some
why I'm
medicine
here. Why are
shit.
you here?
Every once in a while he just hits you with like the most random fun fact about some shit, all this stuff, fucking, and then he's the nicest guy ever. He's always the nicest
The
dude
customers
ever to you.
ask for him by name.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no.
Keeping Darbin?
The customers come up to you. They're like, "Oh yeah, hey Darren, do you know where Darbin is? I've been looking for him."
It's funny because some people walk up to my coworkers and ask like, what's Darren? But anyway.
Exactly. They're gonna start doing that to you now.
Yeah. I don't know.
How would you take that?
I'd approach it, be like, why are you here?
So would you actually be like
why aren't you
offended?
working at like a better pharmacy? I mean,
Better pharmacy.
I know why I'm here, but why are you here?
It's so fucked up. You're like, wow, Darren, you think there's a better pharmacy? I think Kroger's the best one out there. Some shit.
Why are you doing pharmacy anyway? Why aren't you at an internship in a hospital?
Imagine he's like you. He's really good at his job, but he has no aspirations. Like he wants to stay at Kroger his entire life.
That'd be crazy. I mean, then I would respect him.
You would?
Because I'd be like, this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. You can
Yeah.
do better than me. This is
Okay.
not what I want to do for them. So,
Okay.
yeah, you're like a mentor at that point.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he has to be doing exactly what Darren
But
is
if-
doing.
exactly-
down to
Because
the
I-
T.
Because I was thinking
Exactly
he's the
what I'm
exact
doing.
same age. He's still Filipino, like everything. Like he's basically just Bizarro you.
He has a white
Not
and
bizarro,
black
but
dog,
like,
except like the
just slightly
ratios,
different.
like
Slightly better than me.
a
Yeah.
white dog with black spots, like down to the T.
Yeah, I have a dog named Kayak. He's very cool. And it's like slightly bigger than my dog.
He's like, look, she knows how to roll over. He's like, I've been trying to do that for months. I need some shit like that. I need a John with an H in my life.
Naj.
John with an H.
I need a John with an H in my life. That's
Jesus
what I
fucking
need.
Jonathan.
I like
Oh, I love
Naj
Jonathan.
better.
Naj.
Naj.
I've always thought about that as like the evil version of me. Naj.
Naj.
Yeah. Oh, and this is so that reminded me of like Foop from the Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Did y'all see like they brought Poof back in the new Fairly Odd Parents?
I
show?
know they brought him back.
Yeah.
I know he looks older now, right?
Yeah, so they aged him up. He's like the same age as Cosmo and Wanda is now.
That's cute.
His
like
design-
20s.
He's an adult. He's a Fairly Godparent now. He has a child. His design is really good. It's like a perfect mixture of Cosmo and Wanda. Like if you look at him, he has like the curl in his hair like Wanda does, and then it has like the little Timmy Turner, Danny Phantom spiky bits. Like
I thought it was
Cosmo
so
does.
odd how the anti to Poof was Foop, and it was like this super sophisticated like
Foop.
Like British baby.
yeah, it was like a super sophisticated like how is this the opposite
Well,
of a baby?
look at when you look at
It's
Poof,
because
like
Poof
Poof's
can't
head-
talk.
Poof's head empty.
yeah
Head empty. No
Yeah.
thoughts.
But wouldn't Foop just be like a ginormous like muscle head then? That's the opposite of a baby.
No, because Poof is a circle, so they made Poop a
He made
square.
He made a cube.
They changed his name to Perry as well in the show
Really?
because apparently in some countries Poof is a slur.
That makes sense.
The fuck is Poof? I don't know. Like, Poof
Mayo
slur.
chup. They had to pull mayo chup off the shelves for a while because it was like a Native American meaning for
Really?
eating like a guy's asshole out or something like that.
What does poof mean in slang? Oh, it's for British, it's an insulting word for a gay man. A poof. I guess like a fairy. A poof.
That because fairy is also a gay thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I like how Poof looks.
No, I actually really like his design. He has like the fucking the slacks on and shit.
It just reminds me of Cupid. Am I crazy? It just kind of looks like Cupid.
He's the his godchild is Doug Dimmadome's grandson.
Why does he have a fairy?
Why is he miserable?
So do you remember Doug Dimmadome's son?
No.
Dale?
Yes. He was the one who he like worked in the lemonade stand. He was like in a fucking cellar his entire life. Vicky kept him as a slave to like make him lemonade, make her lemonade and shit, right? So what ended up happening was he ended up becoming like very spiteful. So when Doug Dimmadome dies and he inherits his fortune, he becomes like a really rich asshole. So he ends up
He's
like
got father issues.
yeah, so he just ends up like neglecting his son basically.
Mm.
Basically, it's like Remy from the original show, like how he gets Juandissimo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same type of thing. The show actually seems good. Like I want to watch it. Like it's one of the only times like I can think of where
A
Have you seen Timmy in
revival?
the show?
no,
No,
they
it's-
have had everyone but Timmy so far. Like they brought back
Timmy has a cameo.
they said that wasn't him.
That's so dumb. He literally looks like him.
Yeah, they brought back AJ and he's built like the fucking Kingpin. They just brought back Crocker too.
He's old as fuck now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went bald. He's bald in the new one.
Is he still on fairies?
Yeah,
Is he still like an antagonist?
yeah. They brought him back as an antagonist for like that one specific episode, I think. I don't know about anything else. I'm sure they've done other stuff. That's just what I've seen recently about it.
Dale, his son Dev. Oh, there's still
Yeah.
Foop. Who the fuck is Hazel?
Is that the new kid?
That's the main character.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And Timmy is a cameo. He's not like in it.
It's not. Apparently
Timmy's
it's,
not in it.
Apparently, it's not actually Timmy, but it's like that same model they used when he wished to be an adult.
Yeah, like in like
Beer belly,
the
he's, like,
first
really
ever
ugly.
episode of the show, he
Yeah.
wishes to be an adult, and they use the same model
They
for
use
the
the
bus
same model,
driver.
and it's like him as like a bus driver, and he like
Yeah.
says something to the main character, and people are like, "Oh my god, it's Timmy!" And then like they went on Twitter, like, "Oh, that's actually not Timmy. It's just an Easter egg."
Yeah, which is odd, but
Yeah. I don't know
Damn,
why
this
they-
shit went on for 10 seasons. The OG series.
from what I can see, like the new show was like significantly better than like it was in like the last couple seasons of the original.
really?
Yeah,
That's
like-
good.
Like every clip I've seen has actually been like really
Well,
enjoyable.
they actually had like a middle spin-off, like in between the two. It was like a live action thing.
yeah,
Drake
they did
Bell?
that recently for Paramount Plus. I heard that was ass. It was terrible.
Yeah.
What with the Drake Bell one?
No, those are like the movies. Those are different. But they had like another one that was like a sitcom. It was live action, but then Cosmo and Wanda were 2D.
Were they 2D or CG animated?
No, they're 2D.
Oh, okay.
It was like Flash animated. Like they were animated worse than they were in the original show.
No.
Ew.
Yeah. I can't think of very many other like reboots that like are significantly.
Apparently, the
Better
Patrick
than a lot of
Star
other
show
ones.
is really good. I haven't watched it personally, but apparently, it actually adds to SpongeBob, like the overall universe.
Well, I know it's its own thing too. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
it-
not
it's
really connected to SpongeBob like that. Like obviously it's Patrick.
SpongeBob still
Patrick
shows
Star
it.
reboot.
Yeah, but like it does not like really carry anything over it at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't carry anything
Like
over. but
everyone has a
SpongeBob
different
does-
design.
SpongeBob does show up in the show, and so does like Sandy. Other characters show up in the Patrick Star show, but like it's a standalone.
It's so weird seeing SpongeBob with hair.
He has hair?
You never saw what his design is in that?
No.
So every character in that show has a different design. It's like Patrick wears a shirt, just like a floral pattern or whatever.
yeah.
SpongeBob has like a little curl, like Superman swirl in his hair. and
Oh,
he
like
wears,
his
a-
brother?
yes,
Yeah.
he has like a little swirl in his hair, and then instead of wearing like a normal tie, he wears a bow tie.
Yeah, he does. But why though?
Because it's not the same. Like it sounds dumb. It's not the
It's
same
crazy.
universe.
When you said okay, so when you said SpongeBob was in the Patrick Star show, I immediately imagined him with a bow tie
Mhm.
because I knew the show did that thing where they just have like different clothes.
yeah, I think
Squidward has acne on his nose.
Yeah, Squidward has like one zit on
It's
his
not like
nose.
his brother's hair. It's like a part of his sponge physique.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
weird. Okay.
Like it's
I
such
still
an
don't
odd
understand how he
design.
has
I
an
would've rather
octopus
just give him,
sister.
like hair, like his brother.
Yeah,
I mean Stanley?
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stanley
Or like that one
SquarePants.
episode where SpongeBob becomes Italian.
Hey.
There was an episode where he became Italian.
It
Yes.
was like a gag. They had like they gave him hair, and he was like a
He starts
greaser.
flicking.
Oh
like,
yeah. I do
snapping.
remember that.
Yeah.
Remember that. Okay.
Why does he have an octopus sister? I still never got that. But
Because
like,
his family's different there.
they fucking different.
He's adopted.
Oh, she's adopted.
Squidward in the show?
Like bro.
Yeah, he has
yeah.
acne.
Squidward looked
Bubble
like-
Bass was on one of the episodes. I remember that.
Oh, they turned him into like a parody of the Nostalgia Critic. I remember
Yeah,
that,
he's like a little game basement nerd. I was
Yeah.
like, that was actually a really fun
That's fitting.
utilization of his character.
Apparently, they've been using him a lot like that
Why
in
does
SpongeBob
Squidward
too.
have acne on his nose? That's so ugly.
I've always heard people say that like octopuses, they actually have like their penis right there where Squidward's nose is.
The sexual organ.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So like biologically speaking, that is his penis right there. Because he's an octopus. He's not a squid.
Yeah, which is so weird that he's called Squidward, but he's a fucking octopus.
Yeah.
Is that racist? Is that like a black person having the name like white?
But
as
he has
their
6
last name?
tentacles.
He has 2 arms.
Yeah.
8.
No, he has 4 legs, doesn't he?
I think actually no, you're right. It's
He has,
4.
he has 4 legs and 2 arms.
I've always heard he's an
He
octopus.
has 6 appendages. So he'd be a squid.
I don't know.
Like his head shape looks more like an octopus.
Yeah.
Not a squid.
Is Squidward a squid? Although his name is Squid in it, and he only has 6 tentacles, Squidward is an anthropomorphic. I guess it's just hard to animate the extra 2 legs. It just didn't.
Yeah,
look
I don't
right.
know where you'd put him.
Yeah,
But at the same time, why not just make him a
Bro, it's just like a paraplegic
Squid?
Yeah.
octopus.
he's anthropomorphic.
God, I need Squilliam back.
I miss Squilliam. That was my favorite rival. That was my op.
Squilliam is like the perfect example of someone who just drives you to be so much better. Like
I think Bubble Bass is.
no, I think Squilliam.
Squilliam. Okay, let's compare the feats.
Squilliam is literally like the perfect example of someone who's just you but better. He's just you but in a better
better
life.
playing instruments, better body, better built, better family, better house, better bitches, badder bitches.
Yeah, but Squidward never. Never mind. There was a band episode.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like
Statue
my
of my
favorite-
unibrow made entirely out of gilded doorknobs.
Are you Squilliam Fancy Son?
That's the funniest shit ever. Oh, I'm playing the bubble ball. Like that's fucking hilarious, dude. Squilliam is like the most fucking perfect rival of all time. Like he's like the perfect amount where he's an asshole, but he's not evil. You know
He's
what I mean?
just better than you.
He's just
And he
better
makes
than
you know it.
Yeah, he's better than you, and he makes sure that you know that he is better than you. He's like, I don't like that type of thing would fuel you.
Still
like,
playing the
perfectly.
cash register, Squid.
Like that episode, the fucking Band Geeks episode where he goes
It's
through.
my favorite.
That's my favorite episode. Too.
Yeah, that's what everyone says because it's a good ass episode.
Squidward
I
finally
was
wins.
just a band kid, and
Yeah.
it just resonates with me heavy.
It's such
like,
a fire episode.
yeah.
The fact that Squidward wins at the end,
Finally wins.
Squilliam loses so hard he has a fucking heart attack.
He goes to the hospital.
That has to feel good, bro. You know that feels. He played that shit in front of everyone in the bubble ball. He had that crowd feeling that shit, fucking flinging the lighters around and everything.
Bro, he whipped that
He
band up.
killed Squilliam. You know that felt good.
And then the second time when he did take the L, he took 2 more L's. But the second L that I like to think about is when he tricked Squilliam to think he owned the Krusty Krab and he turned it into a 5-star restaurant. That shit. May I take your hat?
Didn't that plot foil though?
Yes, because everyone was stupid, and then I think he threw SpongeBob. No, Mr. Krabs was in the kitchen, and he made an appetizer that came to life, and then that appetizer destroyed the entire facade.
Yeah.
And then SpongeBob threw out his fucking name and had a fucking stroke.
SpongeBob just literally lost his mind that episode.
He's like, "What is your name? I need this service." We threw out his name. And then House Fancy, when he got his toenail broke the fuck off, was still like one of just the episodes ever.
Yeah.
I still think the worst one was with the Splinter.
Splinter,
She's so
yeah.
nasty.
The Splinter never bothered me.
That's
That's
why.
the whole episode is that Splinter.
But I think what
Yeah.
made the toenail scene was that even though it wasn't like the entire episode, you felt like it was the entire.
Personally, I've lost my toenail before, so it didn't. After the fact, after I lost a toenail, it doesn't
Get
bother me.
traumatized.
For
We've
me,
already
it's just
been
the
through
fact that that's like literally gore. Like
Yeah, you see
they
the little,
literally
like,
gored his foot.
Yeah. Like the little fucking
He doesn't
skin.
even have a toenail. They added a toenail just for that scene. You know how fucking crazy that is? Like that
Yeah.
shit is nasty. Like
He also killed a toilet episode.
This Patrick killed the fucking
yeah.
toilet.
Neptune, have mercy on my soul.
Oh damn.
Like early era SpongeBob, I feel like that is like
That episode was not early era SpongeBob.
no.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
thinking
like
about
season
in general.
5.
That was like season 5. That was more of like the modern. Like I would say like when we were
I would
like
not classify
12.
that as modern at all. It's
That was like that's close. To, like
We were like
season
10 when that.
SpongeBob is on like season like 18, 19, 20
it's
right
13 now. I just checked recently.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's 13.
I'm surprised it's that low.
They take
less
breaks.
than I thought it.
Yeah, I
They
think it'd be way
take
higher.
breaks. They take hella breaks, but they're
Damn.
only on 13.
I didn't even know they were still making them.
They are.
Oh yeah, they are. Shit, they make it more than ever since they have like 4 shows going out at
Yeah,
the same time
like,
right now.
I mean,
Camp
yeah, but I don't consider
Coral.
those like the main show though.
yeah.
But I would say, I guess like eras of SpongeBob, like season 5 was definitely where I consider like okay, I was thinking like what's the golden era of Rome? Rome had like what a 500-year run, like 500 AD. Think of like the season 4 and 5 of SpongeBob is like the end of the Roman Empire. Like there's still quotable scenes, there's still references we all get, but like we all kind of knew the quality took like a nosedive after season 3.
Yeah.
But it's still like when you count it as core SpongeBob, it is part of core SpongeBob. 4 and 5 did have like we're still quoting episodes from 4 and 5 to this day, so it still holds up somewhat well.
Yeah.
But like 6, 7, and 8, that's when they started getting more spoofy and zany, and that's where like you get like the one-offs. Like I think the Curse of I used to watch SpongeBob all the way through like season 10, so. And then we're like 6, 7, and 8. That's when you met like his fucking cousin. We're on like season 5 and season 6. They started doing shit like Krusty Crushers when Patrick does like the actual like glutes thing and like breaks that dude's head with his ass.
I saw a clip on Instagram. It was like in one of the newer episodes where it was like a really like curvy bitch like doing yoga or something. And
In
then,
SpongeBob?
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Plankton is like going like all a wooga right next to his wife,
Yeah.
right next to Karen.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
because they give Karen more character development than the later seasons too.
Yeah.
Like he replaces her.
They actually gave her like a body so she can actually like be present in scenes.
Yeah.
So-
Did she not have a body in the original? She was just
No,
a
she was just like a monitor on the wall.
No, yeah, because now she rolls around.
Ever
on
since
the
like season
wheels.
4 and 5, she's been on wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
They've made her more animated. They actually give her like a face. It's not just like the lines squiggling on the monitor anymore. It's different.
Well, sometimes it changes, but like in the most recent one, she still had the lines. I guess it changes when she wants to be more emotive.
Yeah,
so they
yeah,
actually
yeah.
like have her make more expressions and
Yeah.
stuff now.
Yeah, and then he has a dog now, Spot
Oh, yeah,
Plankton.
he does.
He has
Oh,
a
yeah.
grandma. Plankton has gotten some.
Remember that episode
crazy
where
lore.
Plankton's entire family shows up?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
And they're
episode.
all just stupid, and he's
Yeah.
the smartest
He's the only
Plankton.
smart one.
Yeah.
But they ended
They're all
up.
just so fucking hick, and he has like so many cousins. That implies they're all cousin fuckers, because they have to multiply somehow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly what. Remember when he? Okay, I don't know if you ever saw the episode. Remember when Mr. Krabs uses his daughter to scare the shit out of Plankton to where he wants to commit
Yeah.
suicide?
Oh, yeah.
Like he actually tries to kill himself, but like a bus run him over because he's. And
This is so fucked up.
SpongeBob's like, this is a little too far. This is a little too far.
When I was
guys."
younger, I used to be invested in the lore of SpongeBob.
lore.
Yeah, like I took that episode where they like revealed that Patrick and or not Patrick, fucking Plankton and Mr. Krabs used to be business partners.
Yeah.
Oh,
I used to take that shit
yeah.
so seriously.
Friend
I was
or
like,
foe?
holy shit! I was they dropped the biggest bomb of all time.
I
like
saw
that.
this meme, and it was right after Trump's like assassination attempt. He had a call with Joe Biden.
Oh yeah,
And then someone
They played the thing.
Someone took that headline and made like a meme out of it. It was the one where like
Hey.
Mr. Krabs is calling Plankton. He's like, "Hey,
You doing okay?
so how are you?" And Plankton's like,
Have you ever seen
Good.
the memes of like where they play like 90s like emo indie over that scene, and it's just like you listen to like some kind of like emo band in the back was like, "Hey, it's me." You
That is,
know,
like so 2012.
we haven't
Yeah.
talked in a long time, but I just wanted to catch up with you, see how things are going. But honestly, I think their friendship is one of like the few things in this show that I like a rivalry.
yeah.
But like, it doesn't feel.
Mr. Krabs is like the perfect rival for Plankton. I'll say that.
Yes, they
that
actually.
shit fuels him. I can tell you that right now.
Plankton would not have taken over.
Successful restaurant right across the street.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like he would have never gotten the crown from King Neptune. He would have never fucking unleashed the magical spell. I'm thinking of all the movies. Like he would have never done half the shit.
Plankton stole from God just to spite Mr. Krabs.
He literally.
And framed him for it.
Yes.
what other good like rivals are there and shit? Like I'm trying to think of like a really good like
Rivalry.
yeah, like not,
And,
not
like
someone not someone
American anime.
just in general, like someone who's not pure evil, just someone who's going to fucking fuel you and like becoming like the best version of yourself.
Damn. I would say like, what's his name from Johnny Test Bling Bling Boy.
I don't think he's a good rival for
I don't know, yeah.
I think he's a good rival in the sense that
he's not similar enough to Johnny.
Oh,
Just
so you mean
somebody-
like a
just
foil?
Somebody
Yeah.
like you want to hate.
yeah.
Oh, you mean like rivals?
Yeah,
in like,
Bling Bling
like a
Boy is
ri-
just kind of annoying.
Yeah, rival as in like the anti someone.
Okay, Cindy
Yeah.
and Jimmy Neutron's a good rivalry because they're both smart. They both.
okay.
I've always like. I mean, I
Yeah.
fucked.
Cindy doesn't make like inventions and shit though.
It's always been the academic rivalry.
Jimmy's the rival for her more so.
Yeah. I guess I'll say it like
she
that.
she takes that shit personally.
She does say that shit
Yeah.
personally. Another good rival.
There's Ash and Gary,
Yeah.
the original Pokemon series.
Yeah.
Where Gary's like, oh, is that the game or is that still in the anime? Where he's like always like one step ahead of him.
It's both.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, and also he gets all the girls and like everybody loves Gary kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary.
But then in the end, it's like Oak loves Ash.
That's all he wanted all along.
Ash is like, he might as well be asexual. Like they'd never do anything with that at all.
I'm in love with my job, bro.
His job is being homeless. That's crazy.
Yeah.
His job is being homeless and just catching wild animals all day.
He's a homeless
Well,
dog
he's
fighter.
like living the van life kind of thing where he's just like a nomad. and
He's
enjoying
10
it.
years old. That motherfucker should be in school.
But there's Pokemon battles to go on.
He wants to be the Pokemon
It's a
master. I don't even know what the
different
fuck that
culture.
means.
It's a different culture, John. You won't understand.
It is a different
Japan?
culture.
What the fuck?
Damn.
They take that school shit serious.
I mean, do you count Megatron and Optimus as a rivalry? They would
I
see
don't-
like the same idea.
Yeah, no, they absolutely are.
But
Yeah.
it's they're rivals, but it's like I don't think the motives clash enough.
The Gladiator, Megatron, and Optimus.
Okay, so we're taking like the prime continuity.
Yeah. I feel like those are rivals.
Yeah, it's just.
I think it's kind of the same thing as like
it's-
Magneto and Professor X.
Well, the thing is, it's never fleshed out enough in Transformers to where you give a shit about their rivalry. You just know that he's the bad robot.
Okay, that's fair.
Like,
Like if they made like I mean they are. It's the new the one coming out with Chris Hemsworth in a few months. That one's gonna be like before the Cybertronian War.
Yeah.
Like if they give us like more insight into that, they'd be like a cooler fucking. look
Oh,
into
yeah,
Optimus
the
and
all
everything.
Autobot movie. That's coming out
Yeah.
soon.
Have you
Yeah.
read the IDW comics for Transformers?
Not the comics.
They
no.
handle Megatron and Optimus like in their like rivalry super fucking well.
Really?
Actually, it's the same thing where they write off of Prime, where like that's the continuity they go with, where like Megatron wanted to go with a more Malcolm X approach, where he was more like Optimus was
Violent
very
revolution.
non-violent
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
how he wanted to reform Cybertron, like against they call it functionalism.
yeah.
But meanwhile, Megatron, he was a gladiator. He was born of the pits. He's very warlike. But in the end, near the end of the IDW series, after Optimus dies, Megatron actually gets redeemed. And
He becomes an Autobot, right?
Yeah, he becomes an Autobot, and he ends up being the one to slay Tarn, who's I think it's Tarn. He's the one with like the Decepticon. And like this guy was so dedicated to Megatron's cause, he ripped off his face and made the Decepticon logo his face.
That is a D1
I
Dick
have a
Rider.
figure of him upstairs. He's fucking
Jesus
badass.
Christ.
That's so fucking fire.
Yeah, but
So
Megatron became an Autobot.
What made
and
him
then-
like switch?
Not only that, I don't even think it ended in a big fight. It was Megatron walking Tarn through like this weird like realmscape where Megatron is like confronting his sins kind of thing. There's like a field full of it's a mass grave, and then Tarn is like, this is every life that has been lost because of you, Megatron. And Megatron says like, yeah, I regret it, kind of thing. And he like has to like face what he's done.
Yeah.
And then like I don't know what happens after that, but I don't know.
I feel
Megatron
like-
dies like trying to defeat Tarn, but
I feel like the thing with Megatron and Optimus, like rivalry wise, is that they're different than the others in the sense that one of them is not better than the other one. They're just different. Like they're as good as each other, but they're like they focus on different aspects.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like one of those like it's not a Squilliam situation
No.
where fucking it's just like objectively better than him in like
Everything
every
that
way
they're-
or some
They're
shit.
both doing the
I mean, it
same
depends on the
thing.
continuity, because in some continuities, Megatron is still like the rightful king of Cybertron because he conquered it.
That's
Ooh.
crazy.
Fair. Right through conquest, but I think
Meanwhile, Optimus is the refugee. He has to like take refuge.
he's a
on Earth.
terrorist type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're basically just going to Earth to hunt him down, and like it's like an Empire rebellion kind of thing.
Mm.
Are there any good rivalries in Star Wars?
I mean,
They're
And
not like
that's-
rivals though. 'cause
Obi-Wan and Darth Maul.
Thing is, oh yeah, that's a really good rivalry.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, it's not the thing you're talking about where it aspires one of them to be better. Darth Maul is just fucking in it to be a hater.
Yeah. Because
I can
he
respect
doesn't
that,
he doesn't
though.
want to be better. He just wants Obi-Wan dead.
He wants Obi-Wan to suffer. He doesn't want him
Yeah,
dead. He wants
yeah.
him to suffer more than he made Darth Maul suffer.
Why did Darth Maul suffer?
So-
He cut him in half.
Okay,
that was it.
Hannah, if you're listening to this and we have not got to this part of Clone Wars, like stop listening and skip it. Like skip ahead. Anyway, basically in the first movie, Darth Maul isn't like the main antagonist, I would say. But I mean, like, he's the
That's the red
antagonist.
guy with the black.
He's the direct antagonist
He's
in
the
that movie.
antagonist and put at the forefront. Yeah, the
Yeah.
direct antagonist of the story.
Mhm.
So he's supposed to be like a Sith assassin. He goes in and he's trying to like help the whole thing on Naboo with them capturing the planet, like the Trade Federation.
Yeah, yeah.
But then like Jedi show up, so they send in the Sith assassin. They go take out the Jedi kind of thing. And then Darth Maul kills Obi-Wan's master near the end of the movie. By the way, you've seen the fight, right? It's to do with the two lightsaber. Like, amazing choreography. Like the only good thing about that movie. Anyway, Darth Maul ends up killing his master, and then he's about to kill Obi-Wan, but he like, I don't know, he's kind of arrogant with it. He's like taunting him, kind of thing. So then Obi-Wan, remembers what his master said, some shit, like and he like backflips over him, takes like his master's lightsaber and cuts him in half, and then like throws him in a garbage chute. And then everybody thought Darth Maul was dead.
Yes, because they never mentioned him ever again in the movies.
Ever again. I mean, like you cut the motherfucker in half and threw him down like an endless pit.
Yeah,
like, he's definitely dead, right? In Clone Wars, they bring him back, and his brother, not like metaphorical brother. They're of like the same species.
Brother in arms.
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, brother in arms kind of thing. He goes to a trash garbage planet, and then he finds Maul. But Maul has been like so fucking broken in the head because he's been like this is like 20 or so years, like maybe 20 or 30 years
sitting
after
in
the first
shit
movie.
for 20 years.
Yeah,
it's not 20 years. It's probably like 6 or 7.
Regardless,
No,
you just
'cause
sat in
Anakin's an adult.
garbage.
Yeah,
And he was like 9. How old is he? Like
he's
maybe-
only like 18 in episode 3.
Oh really?
11 years is still a long
Anyway,
time.
yeah, it's still a while. But he's just his mind is fucking broken, and the only thing he's saying to himself is Kenobi. Kenobi, I fucking hate Kenobi. I had everything ahead of me. I could have been like a powerful Sith. I could have ruled by the side of Sidious, kind of thing. But this guy Kenobi, he ruined my chances of all of that. The Sith ripped me away from my family just so I could have this like future for myself, kind of thing. Like it was all set out for me, and then Kenobi ruined my life, kind of thing. So then Savage brings him back to his home planet, where like this witch kind of like brings back his like basically cures his schizophrenia. And then Maul still has this fucking hate for Kenobi, but he's like conscious of it. So he has this like grandmaster plan. He studies Kenobi like front and back, and he wants to just fucking get back at him so hard. So he kills the innocent, like it's just like his random innocent like village on a planet to lure Kenobi in, so he and his brother can get the jump on him. But then Kenobi has like an unexpected friend that comes and visits, and they fight them off and they escape barely with their lives. But then Darth Maul is like, you know what? That's fine. It was too soon to kill him anyway. I want him to suffer. So,
basically, over the course of like 2 entire shows, he is
Preying
to,
on his downfall.
Yes.
Yeah. So
up until the point where Obi-Wan is an old ass man.
yeah. So one season later, Kenobi had a crush, like when he was a kid, kind of thing, or not a kid, but like a young Jedi kind of thing. It was the Queen of Mandalore, which is like a planet in Star Wars, right? It's a part of the
The Mandalorians.
Yeah, Mandalorians. So Darth Maul somehow knew this, so he goes. He makes a pact with Death Watch, which is a Mandalorian extremist group that wants to overthrow the current monarchy.
Okay.
He kills their leader, becomes
Death
the
Watch?
Yes, Death Watch. He kills their leader, becomes like their leader kind of thing with the Darksaber, and then he rolls up in there with his fucking insurgency behind him. He takes over a terrorist group, that invades the planet of his fucking rival's girlfriend essentially. And then he breaks into the fucking palace, and then this whole war thing is to lure Kenobi in, so to lure the Republic.
Doesn't even do it. I did this just to get you.
Just
here.
to get you here. So then Kenobi shows up, and Darth Maul brings him in, kills his fucking girlfriend right in front of Kenobi,
That was
and then
it.
takes over the planet. And then in the final season, there's still the war going on in Mandalore, and then the Republic is coming as they want to like end the. They were about to end the war. It's about to be Episode 3 of Star Wars, where they end the war against the Separatists.
Mm-hmm.
So. The Republic comes in and there's another war on Mandalore. They're gonna fucking kick out Death Watch and all that. And then Ahsoka shows up with like her group of the 501st. And then Maul is literally like, I was expecting Kenobi. Who the fuck are you? Why are you here? It pisses him off so much because like he was not expecting her at all, and she kicks his ass, and then he's captured by the clones, and he's just so fucking furious.
They sent Obi-Wan's apprentice to go fight him.
Yes.
That's how little he mattered.
Yes,
them.
exactly. They had bigger fish to fry,
So
bro.
then they end up taking over Mandalore again. Like the Republic, I mean. And they capture Maul. Maul breaks out and is like doing his own thing. And then a whole like series later in Star Wars Rebels, Maul comes in as like this like whimsical little like mysterious character because this new cast of characters does not know who Maul is at all.
Oh, the no history.
So,
Is
yeah,
he
exactly.
immortal virtually?
He's not immortal. He was just old, older in this timeline. Like this was like right before the episode.
This
6.
probably is like 20,
Yeah,
30 years.
This was like
after
30
that.
years after
Yeah.
that. So then he still just fucking wants to.
But
strangle
Kenobi's
Kenobi.
already dead at this point, no?
He's not.
No.
Because Kenobi dies by Darth Vader in the first movie.
Oh, Rebels is before.
yeah, Rebels is before that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Rebels is actually like a year before that because it ends with like the battle in the movie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He
so
meets them, and then he just kind of like.
yeah, he meets this new crew, like weaves his way into like manipulating them into like basically they take him on like a trip with them. And it's because they're trying to get holocrons, which are basically like Star Wars versions of hard drives where they store information on it.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to get a holocron knowing where like all the Jedi were hiding. So he gets that and he finds the whereabouts of Kenobi. He's like, yes, finally I know where
He
is. And
docks this
he's like,
motherfucker.
fuck you guys, and he leaves. He takes the holocron with him just to find Kenobi and leaves. Doesn't even give a shit about them. He's like, you know, you guys can fight Darth Vader on your own. I'm gonna
Goodbye.
leave and get Kenobi. And then like
Yeah.
the last shot of that episode is he's in the desert just looking for Kenobi. And then he probably spent fucking weeks
Yeah.
wandering the desert looking for Kenobi. But it's like, you know, it's cutting in between of him like losing his mind in this fucking desert. And then he finally finds Kenobi and he's like, at last, I fucking found you. And by the way, at this point, Kenobi's a nomad because all the Jedi are like in hiding.
Didn't Darth Maul like train Ezra for a little bit too?
No, he kind of wanted him to be like his Sith apprentice. He like taught him things about the dark side of the Force, but never like
okay.
officially trained him. In
Got
anything.
you. Okay.
He just taught him like a little bit of like the Sith philosophy.
Take.
Yeah, but then Darth Maul fucking ignites his lightsabers, and then Kenobi kills him in one move.
Yeah. Well, so Darth Maul tries to use the exact same move that he used on Obi-Wan's master against Obi-Wan.
You don't think this nigga would have learned it by now?
Okay, so in all the prequel movies and in the Clone Wars, Obi-Wan has this stance where he goes like,
Yeah.
thing. It's like more offensive. But then Obi-Wan has learned. He's like, you know, he's learned from his mistakes, kind of thing.
To be defensive.
He learned that this did not work against Maul like the first time with his master. So then instead, in the middle of the fight, he switches to his stance in the original trilogy, which is like a more defensive stance, like an actual swordsmanship kind of stance, like not like a flashy action hero.
Yeah.
It's like an actual sword stance, and then he uses that to like finish Maul.
And
It's literally in like 3 moves. It's like block, slice.
I say,
It kills
yeah,
Maul.
yeah. So you know, like Darth Maul's blade, how it's like the
Double-sided?
hilt is in the middle, and then the blades are over there.
Yeah.
So the way he does it was he was gonna hit him with the hilt to like hit him in the face or whatever,
Yeah.
like disorient him. So Obi-Wan backed up and sliced him down through the fucking saber. So he cut the saber down the middle.
'Cause-
cut him out.
And like cut his chest. He didn't like cut Maul in half or anything. It
He
was
just
a
he
very-
like just barely
it-
grazed his
yeah,
chest.
it was a very precise blow. And
Yeah.
then he like cuts Maul's chest, like not open, but it's like seared and like, you know, it's a lightsaber. But this basically kills him. But then like Maul has like a few moments of consciousness, and then Obi-Wan, instead of letting his body just drop, Obi-Wan catches him, and he like cradles his head kind of thing while Maul dies. And then Maul knows that Kenobi is like protecting Luke, like the chosen one. So then Maul is like, "Is it true you're protecting the chosen one?" kind of thing. He's like, "Will he save us all?" And then Obi-Wan's like, "Yes," and he closes the eyes for him. It's like an embraceful death for like your rival.
This man has
Yeah.
been hunting you down for 30 years, and you're like...
But he still shows respect for him, even
Yeah.
like after all that.
Because
yeah.
Darth Maul hates the Sith as well. Because like the Sith abandoned him, kind of thing. That's how
Yeah.
he used it. The Sith ruined his life by ripping him from like his family's arms.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
Clone Wars, he tries to fight Sidious at some point and
Yeah.
just gets fucking wiped.
Sidious also kills his brother. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, brother.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, he has a lot of
He
reason.
gets
to hate them.
fucked on by both sides.
He just had a really shitty life. Like when you think about it, he just.
Well, that was
he's
part
a
of
very
it.
sad
I
man.
can't blame him for thinking the way he did.
He is
But like,
a very.
that's when
very
you get
sad
consumed by
person.
revenge, though. That's like
That's the whole
Yeah.
point of his character. Is
Yeah.
to show how like
He's just a very
dark
like
of a path revenge can
rageful
bring you.
person. Is like his whole thing.
Yeah.
all like 3 of the major antagonists from the prequels embody something about Darth Vader. So Darth Maul is a Sith consumed by revenge, which was like Anakin for Obi-Wan kind of thing.
Yes.
Grievous was a cyborg. Darth Vader's a cyborg, and then Dooku was a fallen Jedi.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Okay.
Why did Dooku give it up?
He
There's
did not agree with the Jedi orders.
He noticed
methods.
the hypocrisy of the
Yeah.
Jedi.
Oh, so he's like, y'all ain't shit either. So
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not
the
gonna-
only Sith that doesn't have the yellow eyes.
Oh.
because he's still pretty much the same dude.
He just follows a different philosophy now. He's not
Yeah.
like totally consumed by like rage and darkness.
It's basically the Jedi are like
Why did he not like the... What about the Jedi?
they portray themselves to be like
Heroes?
like pure good, but they're
Like peacekeepers.
they're more like the military. That's probably like the best way to look at them. Like
They
like
explain it in a spin-off series called like Tales of the Jedi, right?
yeah.
And basically there was like a what was it going on? They were they collecting taxes, or there was something going on the planet? They sent the Jedi, but the Jedi couldn't intervene.
Yeah, so there was they basically they got a call. So the Jedi they're also like a government force. So
They're a peacekeeping force.
Are they a religion or a government?
They're a
Both.
religion, but they call themselves a peacekeeping force of the galaxy.
Yeah, so basically they are like a branch of the military.
Like the
almost.
Catholic Church, but a military.
Like they are the generals of the army and stuff too. Like that's what the Jedi serve as.
In the Clone Wars, they are. Before
Yes.
that, they weren't. They were just the Jedi Order.
Yeah, but they end up like giving
They're
them
more
permission.
like Templars.
Yeah.
Holy Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like in this particular instance, they get a call. It's Dooku and Qui-Gon, which was Obi-Wan's master. Dooku trained Obi-Wan's master. They get a call that the mayor's son on this, or senator's son on this one random planet is being held hostage by the people over there.
Mm-hmm.
So they go over there. They're like, yeah, go over there, just disperse it, figure out what the fuck happened, right? They get over there and they find out that the person that's they're holding hostage over there, even like the dude's son is like, yeah, like these guys, they're not bad people. Like they've been treating me good. I'm chilling. Like they have every right to do what they're doing right now. And then they're like, yeah, so they've just been overtaxing the shit out of everyone. Like we've literally been unable to live. They've been taking our like crops. They've been doing like everything. Like we literally have not been able to fucking
Live,
breathe.
yeah.
We almost starved. So we need him to like stop raising the taxes so that we can live over here. And then I think they end up fighting them. And do they kill the senator? I think they do.
I don't remember, honestly.
But
I just know it's like
The Jedi
episode
kill him
where
or the people
Dooku
kill him?
reveals why he like wanted to leave.
yeah, so like it's basically like the thing that just kind of switches in Dooku's brain, where he's like, okay, this is a little fucked up. This is not.
So what?
Like,
I'm
so
still
something's
trying-
off here. Like why am I over here strong arming people to pay more in taxes when they can't even live?
Oh, he was enforcing the oppressors.
Yes. Yeah. So the Jedi were there strong arming people to pay their taxes. They were literally like loan sharks
Okay.
in that situation. That wasn't the one that actually made him switch. The one that made him switch was
When Qui-Gon died. That was the moment he switched.
yeah.
Maul?
So yeah, when Darth Maul killed Qui-Gon, he was like, okay, the Jedi, they fucked everything up. They can't protect their own people. They've sent them on missions that don't make any fucking sense.
Why was Qui-Gon's mission kind of Mickey Mouse?
Well, the whole like plot of the first episode is that the Trade Federation, which is like a little organization of businesses that were
The
not
prequels
really
are
in
all about
favor-
like politics and like
that
trade
were not really in
negotiations and
favor
shit.
of like restrictions the Republic was putting on them. They want to like rebel in a way, so they take over like one of like the core planets called Naboo. They block it off with like their own battleships and stuff. And the whole plot of the movie is basically getting them the fuck out of Naboo. And,
So
like,
basically,
rescuing-
more Jedi
yeah,
like
rescuing,
strong
the
arm
queen
shit.
and everything.
Okay.
Like it's literally them. Like they literally just go there as negotiators trying to get them to leave,
Okay.
Yeah.
and they end up getting into their own shit, and like war ends up happening.
And then because he's already seen them be used as like political pawns the first time, and then he loses his apprentice the second time, he's like, all right, fuck this shit.
that's why he ends up siding with Sidious throughout everything, because he's like, at that point, he's just like, I mean, I might as well just change the way.
There's also like a
everything's
really
ran.
big Yoda hater. Like there's literally like a I don't know what
Fuck this little
what
green
show
guy.
it was in, but it's definitely like Clone Wars voice actor of Dooku. He's basically like, how the fuck can someone as old as like Yoda be so wise? Like certainly after a certain amount of time you got to be jaded the whole thing.
And
It's kinda-
That's
desensitized.
valid.
It's like kind of hypocritical to treat Yoda as like the one who knows everything. Meanwhile, if you're like fucking 800 years old, you've got to be jaded to some of this stuff. I mean, you got to just be.
You've
living by
seen it
tradition.
all at some point.
Yeah.
Imagine Yoda as like a Joe Biden alien.
The Force.
He kind of was in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
He like to like hide who he was. He like portrayed himself as a really kooky old man.
Force you have. Force I will.
And then he doesn't like say yes or no if Darth Vader is his father, and then dies in the sixth movie.
Yeah.
Is
he my It's like really dad? fucking
It just
cryptic.
drops the bomb, then he has a sister.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you might have a sister by the way.
There's another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, what an interesting time Star Wars is for you guys, huh?
It hasn't been. It's a constant low.
That's
For the past while, yeah. I'd
It's
say so.
always been a constant low.
Damn.
It's had
Well,
like
for our lifetimes at
it's
least,
had a
yeah.
few peaks like Clone Wars and Mandalorian, and that was it.
Is Mandalorian still going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but the last season that came out was like 2 years ago.
That's what. it was.
But they're gonna make a movie and stuff.
Yeah, there's gonna be a movie.
Oh.
But I don't know. Mandalorian season 1 was definitely the peak, and then it's just slowly been like
Yeah.
How many
worse and worse.
seasons of Mandalorian are out now?
3.
Season 1 and 2 were really good, and then 3 was like, eh.
I haven't watched 3 then. I
The
know I
Book of
watched
Boba Fett is also basically just like season 2.5 of The Mandalorian. Because, I mean, a third of the episodes don't even have Boba Fett in it.
And
It's
it's
like
funny
just
because
Mando.
the episodes where the Mandalorian shows up and totally hijacks the show were like the best episodes of the show.
Yeah, they were.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Is there anything else y'all wanted to add?
I think
This
that's
episode, I
it.
don't think so.
That's it.
Mm.
God. Well, I think we all need to find some rivals. That's
I
what
was
we
gonna say. I think the moral of today's episode:
Be a hater.
get out there,
be a hater.
find a rival, better yourself, and strive. Strive to find that one person who you need to tear apart.
You clock
need
into
to
your
tear them
shift
down.
at McDonald's today at 7 a.m. to make them fucking breakfast. You see that nigga smiling, cracked out on 2 Monsters and a Red Bull, slanging them fucking biscuits or whatever. Beat his ass, but beat his ass in a competitive way. Make 10 more biscuits in his ass. Make sure I get my biscuit first, actually. Make sure my biscuit is the first biscuit out of that McDonald's. You know, matter of fact, just give me the whole goddamn bag, bro.
Get your fucking bag of biscuits. Find your Darbin. Find your Alonzo. Find your John with an H. Take him down. I believe in you. We all believe in you. You can accomplish anything when you start hating to the fullest.
Put the fries in the bag, Unc.
And I think that is a beautiful place to finish off.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Scatcast. Remember, new episodes go up every Wednesday morning at around 5 a.m. You can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, and now YouTube. Just, punch in scat.cast. We also have TikTok and Instagram we post clips on. You can also DM the Instagram account if you have any questions you want us to answer on the show. Any funny scats you want to send us. I don't think anybody sent us a scat last time. Send us a funny scat
We need a scat.
on Instagram at scat.cast. And then on TikTok, we're scat.clips. And then shout out to the boys at Cellraise, the easiest way to make money online. You essentially just put in what you're selling, like a picture and then a little description, and then they have an AI that'll help you list it and come up with a price and everything, and it'll automatically put your listing onto like Amazon, Mercari, Walmart, whatever you want to sell your product on. If you link the accounts, it'll automatically go on there. You just list once, sell anywhere, and they made it so easy your mom can do it.
Your mom.
All right, till next time.
Right. See you.
All right. See ya.